Hello everybody. Welcome to the channel if you are new, and welcome back if you're already a subscriber. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about project life in 2024 and going through my January 2024 homemade kit for project life. So first off, let me say it's been a really long time since I've done Project Life on the channel. If you caught the video last week, then you will have seen me do a Christmas past episode where I went ahead and scrapbooked a memory from last Christmas actually that needed to get documented and help me get my feet wet again and just take a deep breath and get ready for a new year of documenting memories. Project Life is something that's very close to me and my heart, as it is one of the bigger crafts that I got started with overall, and also was pretty much the motivating factor for me launching my channel. All the planner content came later on, and I definitely hit some very awesome surges in the planner community that grew my fan base. But Project Life has definitely always been a big part of my heart. And I was doing really well in documenting, and I talked about this in the last week video. I was doing really well in 2021 documenting, or 2022, I'm sorry, in 2022 documenting weekly. I was behind, of course, but I was doing well. And then we kind of hit an incident in our family, and at that particular juncture, the next week that I was supposed to document involved everyone in that, and I really felt uncomfortable with documenting those memories with a clear head, and I wanted to just give some space. So I tried to kind of dive into older scrapbook spreads and maybe keep my muscle memory going, but not directly work on current materials. And then further on into it, it just kind of got away from me along with the holiday season and traveling. So I put it down for pretty much all of last year, well, this year of 2023. I did do a few spreads for May the 4th and Revenge of the 6th, which are of course near and dear to me. And I always have fun Star Wars memories that I like to document now. So one thing I started thinking about as I was going into a new year was that I really wanted to get back into that, and I wanted to give a go to the weekly documenting again, because I know when I go back and document 2023, I'm not going to be able to do it in a weekly format. It's all going to be retroactive, and it's going to be really difficult for me to focus on a weekly type of spread. It's going to be more of like an incident per incident, and it's just going to get a little clunky when I get to that point. So another thing that I wanted to incorporate in Project Life was making sure that I use the materials that I have. I think it's really easy for me and many other people to, when you decide to reinsert yourself into a project or start a new project, it's very easy to want to buy everything, especially this time of year, to buy everything under the sun, to feel like you're starting fresh in a multitude of ways. So I decided that my gift to myself would be that I would shop my stash, but get myself a new 12x12 album to put them in. I had been looking at a particular album and I felt very strongly about it, and it matches my Hobonichi Han. I envisioned it. I know exactly what it looks like. I still haven't gone to get it yet. I'm not really worried about like a sellout thing or anything of that sort, but I'm very excited to go get it. And my ambition was to actually go get it yesterday while I was running a ton of errands before I filmed this video. But unfortunately, time got away from me, and also I was exhausted. I started grocery shopping at about 9 a.m. and did not officially sit down until about 4 o'clock. By that point, I was very hungry, and my dinner option had also had to change because they were no longer where I thought they were. The food truck that I was going to go to ended up not being able to stick around where it was at. Not that you need to know all these details, but I was exhausted. Then I realized I had to cook myself something of the 6 million groceries that I bought, and was ready to just get on with it. So I was hoping that I was going to be able to show you that today. I will be able to show you that album officially whenever we do the 2024 setup, just to kind of like pop that in there. And that's going to be on a live stream, I believe the week of Christmas, the 21st. So yes, the week of Christmas. So on the 21st, we'll be having a live stream at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time where I show you any 2024 setup things that I've done in all of my planners. And obviously that'll be a new thing to share. But those are just some preliminary things that I just want to talk about before I get into this kit, and just kind of some thoughts, motivation, how we got here, blah, 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 blah. So now let's get into the real deal thing, and that's this awesome kit. So one thing about shopping your stash is that it can get very, very overwhelming very, very quickly. So what I opted to do is I really wanted to focus on paper first and foremost, because I have quite a bit of themed paper. I went on a massive digital haul where I bought a ton of digital cards from Studio Calico, because they were all $1 for these kits. And normally those kits are like $4 or $5, so nothing like extravagant, but $1 for all these kits. And so I just went on a random spree and got a bunch of those. So I have a stack of them that still need to be cut down. And so I really went through that big stack to put some in here. I went through very few supplies, like tangible supplies, because I really didn't want to close myself in too much with January, and I wanted to be open, but I did want to pull very specific cards, kits, and things that I wanted to see in those first couple weeks. So let's get into that. But one last thing before I open this bag is that this bag is from Avery Elle. I absolutely love them. I only have 3, and I think I'm gonna get more so that I can set these up in 6-month increments. But once that's, and I'd like to kind of like keep this kit thing going a little bit. I don't know how that's gonna transform over time, but I'm definitely, advocating for not buying supplies this year unless it's to refill. So obviously like tape refills, adhesive dots, foam dots, that kind of thing. So what I really, really love is that these bags are ginormous. They fit a 12 by 12 and then give some room, which is fantastic. I don't know the exact measurements, but you can buy them off Amazon, and I will put the link down below. So let's get into it. So I'm gonna start at the top, mainly because the biggest part of the stack is here. These are a bunch of Studio Calico cards that I pulled out, like you'll see there's a 2022 card that I'm not gonna obviously use. But I really tried to grab anything that was like a cool quote currently, had clocks on it, resolutions, fresh start. Let's see. Trust in the magic of new beginnings. I did try to remember like maybe what were some of the months that those kits came out for Studio Calico, because now all these pages are so mixed up with me pulling from them that God only knows what the actual order of them were. Owen's birthday is in January, and I just really thought that this would be a great year to kind of simply document that day instead of maybe doing a whole spread. I really liked this card and the thought of coloring January and then doing like my labels here for like week whatever. I really liked that idea, and I would love to do this for several other months. Unfortunately, I don't know that that would work because not all months are fully written. So like this would be good for January, April, November, June, July, February, August, April. Like March is never fully written. It's like way up here. October isn't really on here, which is over there. Yeah, there's just some that don't have like their full name. So December, this wouldn't be good for that. But I thought that could be like a cute idea that I maybe repeat. The 01 would be good. I love the Love More. I thought that was really nice. 1 year, 365 opportunities. So cards like that. Like I really just try to pull fun stuff like that. So I do want to endeavor to go through my entire stash and find all the currently cards that I can, so that I can at least make sure that there is one currently in every single week that I actually do. That's another thing that I really want to endeavor to do. The next thing I'm going to pull out is the One Little Word physical kit that I purchased, and this was for the 2022 calendar year. So I purchased the physical kit, I purchased the digital kit, I purchased the course, I picked a word. I've picked words for several years even before that, but I decided that in 2022 I was going to be active with this word. And I did really good with the January prompt with like using all of the nice prompt pages and getting everything lined up, and I was really excited. And then I got in my head with the vision board and I never really finished it. So that just kind of like put a dead stop. And I never went anywhere after that first month. So then towards the end of the year of last year, I was like, cool, I'm picking my word. This is what I want to do. Ta-da, here we go. Get into the new year, did January's prompt, and same thing, wouldn't you know? So I'm hoping for better luck this year, but I'm going to make a go at it. And I'm hoping that by putting this product in here, that it will encourage me to get behind it. I still think that where I'm going to get tripped up is 100% going to be that February prompt. And I think that course has changed a little bit. I know Allie Edwards tweaks that course every year now just to like invite new people in. I know there's more members involved now. It's a whole thing. It's a whole community, which is great. But essentially it's still a lot. And I'm moving things around a bit so I can show you something that kind of goes with that so we can stay on topic. I did go ahead and prep a little bit. So this is a possible mock-up. And the reason I say possible is because I'm not completely married to it looking like this. I love this quote for like a beginning. It's not even a quote. It's like a whole freaking novel. But I got it from a Sugar Boo & Company, and I've always had it in here. And then I also have the imagine where you would be in 6 months from now if you did that one thing every day that got you closer to crushing your goals. And I always feel like my word of the year is very active. For the past 2 years where I've been trying to apply it to the project, it's been commitment and develop. And while I feel like I can 100% see those words throughout that year, I really wanted to make my word for 2024 value, because a lot of my tarot cards that were coming up for me throughout the course of my reading with Renee for the Wheel of the Year, and also towards throughout some like difficult times this past like quarter, it's really been coming up that I don't have the best relationship with value, both in a monetary sense and a non-monetary sense. So I really thought that it would be important for me in the new year to settle in and really reevaluate. I love that value is in evaluate. That I would like to reevaluate my relationship with value and with money and with things that don't have to do with money, but are exchangeable in a different way. So meaning like helping someone out, charity work, time. Time is a very valuable resource that we cannot make more of. So, I mean, all in all, I really think it's going to be an interesting journey. Also just kind of reevaluating what I put value in, and what I give my time to, and what I give my energy to, and what I give my money to, and what I give, I don't know how to phrase that. I guess the best way to say it is like the things that you do for friends or social media purposes, or to kind of like status quo it out, that you maybe don't want to do or you don't want to purchase, but you feel like if you don't, you're not going to stay consistent with the crowd. And I feel like we can all relate to that. So just kind of having a conversation with myself about some of the things that I spend my time and money on that I need to stop, and things that will bring me joy. So that sounds really complicated, but I use the digital kit to put this together. This way, if I botch it, I can just reprint it, or I can use this as a test version and use this. I can always use this kit next year, but I love the fact that I have the digital so that it's kind of the gift that keeps on giving. I can use this platform in years to come. Like I said, this is just a mock-up because this kind of tracker thing is meant to almost be used in a different month, as is the reflection section. So I think what I might do is like take these out and put photos of things, or tell separate stories of maybe some things I'm going to focus on those first couple or that first month. So the other printable kit that I did use is from In a Creative Bubble, and I believe it's called Right Now. I think that's what it's called. I will put the link down below if it still works. This is an older kit, and In a Creative Bubble, I'm not 100% certain is around anymore because I know there was a bit of like a selling out. But I feel like you can kind of copy this trend with other products fairly well. I love this layout and am actually scrap lifting it from myself. Let me see if I can show you guys what it looks like. I don't make a ginormous mess. Sorry for all of the rattling, and hopefully I won't hit anything. This is the one I did for 2022. And I don't know what your view is, so let's see. Okay, it might cut off some bits and pieces, but you can see commitment was actually my word for the year, but commit was the only thing that would fit on there. But yes, I absolutely love how this turned out. It's so bright and fun and inviting. It was kind of my first little dive back into Project Life after a really long time. So I really wanted to do it again because I felt like it really helped take a snapshot of the year. And I usually fill it out like day one. So it's literally Jan 1, which I also thought would be really cool and fun. So this is another thing that I definitely want to do. All right, so I'm going to set that off to the side. Now, I did go through and pick out just a little bit of paper. So on my desk, I have an organizer, and in it is currently a ton of fall stuff because I'm still in the throes of documenting many fall spreads. But I did have this fun, I think, was this a gum holder? I know a lot of people have repurposed them. I think that's what this was. I think it was like a gum packet box. But it fits 3x4 cards perfectly. So I just went through my 3x4 and 4x6 card stash and grabbed out anything that I thought might be applicable. So I've got these are a little bit smaller and I can put them on a 4x6 or a 3x4, but I am going to be joining a Moon Magic Masterminds meeting, and I really thought those would be really fun for those first couple meetings. I have older cards from Project Life kits that talk about January specifically, resolutions, have countdowns, January 1. I love this card. I think I'm going to have a really big struggle with picking what's going to be like that kickoff card. So stay tuned for that because I have no freaking clue. And then these are just other ones from various kits from Studio Calico, from Allie Edwards. That's another really good one that I like. That's going to be fun to use. Great things never came from comfort zones. So lots of, encouraging, you deserve a whole sheet of gold stars. I like that. Just very encouraging, making plans and dreaming, just very January vibed cards that I'm excited to play with. And then these are really cool 4x6 ones that I can incorporate either into a 12x12 spread. I like that one too. In the new year, those are fun. Love this like moon quote. These, I would like to collect all of them from the various kits that I have and maybe use them collectively for a year. I don't know if it'll be this year. Unfortunately, that's kind of the good and the bad with the fact that I have so many kits that I've subscribed to over the years. There's usually like at least one consistent element through them all to kind of have as like a title card type of thing for that month. And I would really love to go back and collect all of these Studio Calico ones and use them. But I feel like sometimes they can sucker people into the whole year. I mean, I know that's what they're meant to do. I really like this Q&A card because even if I don't end up doing it, I am looking at possibly doing a Q&A episode. So maybe I would post on the community tab and just open it up for questions. And because I'm normally really good about answering questions when they hit the comments pretty quickly, so I really don't think that it's necessary for that quite yet, but I would love to do a Q&A episode at some point. So that's just I might move this from month to month. Maybe I'll put it in March and do like a Q&A with me for my birth month. I did put a book review card in there because I am going to restart reading. I'm going to restart reading. That sounds weird. I'm going to reread the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings collection. So I'm really excited to be doing that. But before that, I am going to finish a book about Christmas, or that's weird, a Christmas mystery book that I bought for Jen and I to read together. So I'm trying to finish the book that I'm on now so we can start that and read it together before I do that. So I'm hoping that that book review will wrap up in December or early January. So that's there to share my thoughts on that. So that kind of ends all of the card paper product. I did throw some embellishments in here that I thought just might be really fun to play with. So these are some numbers, and I like that they kind of can be used twice. So I can punch out the number itself and use it, and or use the remainder as like, so I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why do I feel like there should, 8, 9, and a 0. So what I could do is pop out these little numbers, but then use kind of the ticket emptiness as another week. So I just thought they'd be a cute way for me to number the weeks and play with that. And obviously that would go into February as well. These are just some really pretty vellum pieces. So they say stuff like, I think it's all the days of the week. Yep. Yeah, it's all the days of the week, which are going to be like hard to see. And then this, which is fun. I could do this week in the life. I'm not sure when those projects are happening in 2024 either, and I need to kind of look at that because I do have separate kits that I have built for those that I'd like to give a nice little refresh. And I'm going to try to do these videos for every single month just to show you what I'm using. These are some stickers that have been hanging out in my stash for a while and have gone into many, 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 many kits at this point. So I'm hoping that by keeping them in January with all of their bright colors, and again, it's got a currently in there, I think it might be really fun to use some of these and get them out of the way. And again, we've got lots of numbers that are going to be showing up because I will need to label the week. I've got some cute little stickers, some cardstock hearts, some corkboard pieces, more hearts, all the hearts, some cute little kind of labels. This is definitely from a January kit because it says start and then love. So I might be able to use the start in January and then transfer the love over to February. These are some cute little binder clips. And then these are just some cute stickers that say things like checklist projects, dream big, family time, date night. Some have geotags, some are colored, some are labels, just some fun things to play with that I've just been kind of hoarding, quite honestly. And again, that's a really big reason why I chose to do a Shop My Stash. If I ever reach a point where I feel like, you know, things are getting really piecey, or I really need to treat myself to some new stuff, I definitely will, and we'll have a nice little haul video. But as of right now, I'm really endeavoring to use what I have. Again, this goes back to the value conversation of it would be very easy for me to, oh, I forgot these kits off to the side. We'll have to go through them really quickly. And this will solidify what I'm saying. I feel like it's very easy, again, when you decide that you want to restart something like this or get into it, it's very easy to buy a little bit of everything. If I were to give a newbie advice that doesn't have any of this product, I would 100% say to pick a company, Ali Edwards, Studio Calico, something that fits your aesthetic. For sure. And even look into digital, because then you can print at home and you can print as many as you need. There's so many companies out there, it's absurd. I really love Studio Calico, and I know LE Studio has one. Like I said, I'm a personal fan of the Ali Edwards and Studio Calico. I've subscribed to them both, and I'm a fan of both the product and the value. So I would do something like that and work from that stash and keep it small. And just start there. Don't get crazy. And just see if it's something that you like. So these two are previous kits from previous years. This is the 2022 kit. What's funny about this is the kits, they shipped late. There was like a whole big to-do, and this is actually still sealed. And this is from 2022. So I hope that gives you evidence for why I'm saying what I'm saying. But I even went ahead and printed out and cut down all of the word phrase stickers, because I knew that was going to be something I was the most excited about. But I am excited to get in here and see what I can find that I really want to play with. I love this. Let's begin with a wholehearted wide open hearts. Worth it. Wow. With wide open hearts. Let's begin with wholehearted wide open hearts. Okay. Sorry. All of a sudden I couldn't read. Obviously I did eventually get the kit and the real stickers, which is really cool. Some fun chipboard pieces that obviously, some of these are going to have to go into a box. And I think what I'm going to do is buy a box that just says 2022 materials, because obviously I really would want to use them up in that particular time frame. But everything else could be used pretty well. Got some really fun patch pieces. Those are nice. But those will just stay in this little envelope. So typically with the kits like this from Ali Edwards or Studio Calico, you're gonna get cards, word phrase stickers, ephemera, like those fun tangible little pieces to play with. So that's why I say I'm a really big fan of these, and just to get you started. And there's usually other things that you can add on. So one thing I did decide to do in that 2022 escapade, because I was very excited and gung-ho and thought, okay, I'm gonna want to do not just documenting of the month, but of stories happening in those months. So I think this was a begin kit. And so I have like the word, I have some fun, what are they? Vellum word phrases. That's really fun. Start here. Word phrase stickers, some papers I can cut down, 3x4 and I think 4x6 cards are in here, chipboard pieces, fun little labels. I thought these would be really cute to do like week 1, 2, and there was like a ton of them in here. So I thought those could be fun too. Again, I think this will be really fun, and what I'd like to also do is at the end of every month kind of go through the kit and say, you know, if something's been in the stash a while, to maybe set it aside in a box and donate it to a listener or watcher, viewer, whatever you want to call yourself, subscriber, there we go, to donate it to a subscriber in a giveaway, which I'm definitely planning on doing more of in 2024. So I feel like that's been enough rambling. If you have any questions about the kit, the products inside the kit, getting started. Please let me know if you've decided to pick a word for the year, what it is. I would love to help support you in that endeavor. If you have any questions about one little word, project life, all that good stuff, just drop the comments down below. And as a reminder, Wednesday we are back on for Wine Wednesday. So I will see you on the 12th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bring your drinks, bring whatever you want to work on. We're going to be going through the November flip through. So we're going to flip through everything. So I'm going to show you guys what I got up to in November, and we'll have a lovely chat about that. But until then, enjoy creating your own little wonderlands, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.